Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. Oh, Dad. Won't you spare me over another?
Live.
Welcome to Session 1 of our GURPS Old West campaign called The Debt. I am Gigermann, today's GM.
Hello, Gigermann.
This session will be made available as an audio-only podcast. Also, see our campaign wiki for more information on campaign rules, characters, and setting. Links will be in the description. And with that, here we go. We'll get started. Does anybody have any questions or character stuff we got to do before we get started?
Doc and Manny,
not.
one of them needs to change their token color.
Aside from that,
I corrected Al's last name because Christoph Waltz is actually Waltz like the dance, not Vols.
is it?
Apparently so.
Uh-oh.
I think I've seen it.
Where did
Otherwise.
FX go?
Did FX just bugger off? I guess he got scared.
No.
Just in time to do his character introduction.
Where did my character go? Yes.
You broke
Can
it.
it be like that?
I don't know how to. Oh wait, characters.
Did you accidentally
Today's
release it or something?
Maybe.
Today's session is brought to you by Buggy.
Okay.
Sorry, Gigerman, didn't mean to derail you.
Well, here we are. So, character introductions. Nosh, please introduce your character.
My character is Al Waltz, who is a German-American who fought in the U.S. Civil War. In the post-war period, Al became a prospector in the American West and later served as chief of scouts during the Apache Wars. And what makes Al so cool as a character is that he is modeled after the real-life chief of scouts, Al Sieber, who survived no less than 28 wounds.
Seems like a lot.
All right. Mel, would you introduce your character?
Sure. My character is Chantilly Darnell. She goes by Tilly. She is the local town ma'am. She runs the brothel. But before that, she was a trick shooter and modeled after Annie Oakley. And FX, you're hot micing.
Why is your character the coolest?
I already said she runs a brothel.
Fair
That's
enough.
pretty cool.
Well, you can't really deny that.
All right, FX, introduce your character.
All right. My name is FX Engineer. I'm playing James the Doc Bronson. He was born to an upper middle class family, and they wanted to give him the best of education that they could afford. So he ended up going to medical school. However, his parents were killed early in his life by bad people, and Doc basically went on a killing spree and got revenge on almost everyone. He was arrested by U.S. Deputy Marshal, who basically gave him the choice to join or go to jail. And of course, he joined. He was deputized and basically captured the rest of the gang that killed his family legally. So he became a lawman for several years. To make a long story short, it was a hard life. He married a beautiful Mexican lady, had a child, and wanted to get away from the life of gangsters and crime and banditos. So he basically opened up a clinic and became the local doc. Little does he know that is about to change. And I would say he's the coolest, because if he wants you dead, you really have nothing to say about it.
All right, Ronki, introduce your character.
I am Mahanawi Green. I am being played by Ronki. I was born in New Zealand, the second son of a Maori tribal chief, a tribal prince at birth. At 14, I was pressed into service by the British Navy as part of a peace deal between my tribe and the Crown. Since then, my life has been a journey of survival and reinvention. Serving in the West Indies, surviving shipwreck and slavery, and eventually escaping to the Americas, where I have worn many hats: a smith, a train engineer, trailblazer, rancher, and more. I have no family, but my experiences have shaped me into the man I am today. I am the coolest because I am a tattooed Maori in the Wild West.
Well, that's something. Rigel Kent, introduce your character.
All right. I'm Rigel, and I'm playing Ulysses Murphy. He actively avoids talking about what he did during the war between the states because he was in Mexico, fighting in the War of Reform and then the French intervention, after which he spent most of a decade in prison due to a rival. And when he finally got home, 20 years to the day after he left, he found that rival had stolen his house and his wife, although she'd been told that Yuli was dead. That conflict ended with his wife murdered before him, his rival dead, and his hacienda burned to the ground. A year ago, Yuli reached Babylon and signed onto the Kimball Ranch because he believes that Miss Kimball is his surviving daughter, Anna, but he hasn't yet worked up the nerve to confirm this. As to why he is the coolest, he's played by Matthew McConaughey, and just look at that beard, man.
And that's everybody. And I'm seeing a weird problem where I can't see any of the layers on an image that I'm looking at.
You're probably doing it wrong.
Have you turned it off for the GM?
No. No, they were there before. That's an odd thing. I surely hope that's not happening on other images. Let me see.
Well, I always
And
say
it is.
figure out what's the worst possible thing that'll happen, and that's what's going to happen.
Well, they're present, but I can't see them.
What if you resize the window or something so it redraws it?
Nope.
If you go into edit mode and then switch it back to play mode,
Nope. Nope. Just can't see them.
I would say log out then log back in, but you're the host.
That could be problematic. Well,
Shall we take a very short break?
I kind of think we probably should, because this is going to get real weird if we don't.
It's already
Tonight's
real
episode
weird.
really is brought by Bucky.
That
All
was
right.
unexpected.
Rigel can go get his peanut butter and chocolate now.
No, I'd have to drive. I'd have to drive to the store. That's a bit more than, a short break. I'd also have to put on pants.
All right, going on break.
Pants are optional.
Okay, we are back.
Aha. Now we can get on with it officially. Okay. Let me get sorted here. Chapter 1.1, the beginning. You see nothing but black. Before you can even begin to think about where you are or how you got here, you are keenly aware of a great weight pressing on all sides. You are completely encased. You can't move, even to draw a breath. You are suffocating. You are instantly seized by an involuntary primal urge to free yourself, and you struggle uncontrollably. As you do, you feel the weight around you start to shift and give way. You feel grains, dirt. Your mouth and nose fills with it as you scream. Even so, a single undeniable compulsion rises above the mortal panic. I cannot leave my daughter unclaimed, my mother unprotected, my girls without support. I can't die in this foreign land. Clawing wildly, frantically, your hand breaches the surface into open air. Dramatic pause.
Dun dun dun.
Sometime earlier.
Oh, I see how you did that. That's interesting. Keep that in mind.
Is that in-game font?
No, it is not. Although I do kind of wonder what sort of font loading is available. Right. Moving on. And
Hey, it's home.
you're outside the Kimball Ranch, the southwesternmost part of town limits, and it is in the middle of the Dark 30. Everybody's gathered around, lit by torches and lanterns and such.
One moment. Is anyone who's watching the stream, are you seeing the images?
Let me pull that up. Huh. No, it's not.
Alright,
Well.
interesting.
What was that? What was that thing you said earlier, there, Ronky? About everything working?
Shuttered.
Man, you said that and you wrecked everything.
What about that? Okay.
Yes.
Did we have that happen before where the images weren't shown on the stream?
We did. There's a special setting that needs to be set, and it wasn't. I blame you.
I fail to see why I should be responsible.
That doesn't matter.
Oh,
This is
man,
2024.
Friday
You
the
get
13th.
blamed for everything.
Friday the
Okay,
13th.
well.
Damn Templars are up to some crap.
Do we need to reshare anything, or is that going to catch up?
If you could just reshare the one sometime earlier, because that's the only image that wasn't seen.
Was it? Like so.
Thanking you.
Where were we?
Carry
Gimble
on.
Ranch. Oh, dark
It's
30.
dark. We're standing around with torches. We got to go storm Frankenstein's castle.
All right. Everybody's gathered around outside the ranch, and Constable Hunt is speaking. And he says, for those of you who don't know what's going on, a bunch of masked men, yeah, those guys, broke into Tilly's place and took off with that Indian girl to do God knows what to her. But the Indian police finally tipped us off to their hideout. So they got 6 McCassell brothers there and maybe a couple others. We're going after them. We're going to bring that girl back. And we're going to bring those McCassell bastards back too if we have to drag their bloody corpses behind our horses. You men ready for some payback? Let's ride. Now, for starters, everybody is going to be at -1 fatigue point for interrupted sleep.
I already checked for the chronic pain and did not trigger it. So the shrapnel in my side doesn't hurt today.
Now you guys have been invited along to the posse, and as you guys start off, you're all mounted at this point. And Hunt calls out to the group to stay close and be careful, and passes along a little bit of other information while you're underway. And so you guys will get the basic situation. There are a dozen of you guys plus the constable. There were 6 gang members plus a couple extras, like he said. You guys are going south and crossing into the Ute Reservation. And it's going to be a couple of hours ride, probably moving double time in the dark. And the expectation is that you guys can actually get there and bounce them before they wake up.
Question: would you like my enemy roll?
Not now. We'll get to that
These
stuff later.
guys, they are what, the McCassells? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
That's the guys that kidnapped the Tully girl.
It is.
Is it appropriate for me just to get more information about them to current affairs people? Maybe,
Well, to
maybe.
catch everybody up, and anybody watching who doesn't actually read all this stuff that I post in Discord. I probably should have added this as part of the thing, so here we go. The McCassells are a gang of former bushwhackers from Kentucky that have sort of wandered out this direction and have been causing some trouble out here for a couple of years.
Ne'er-do-wells.
And more recently, their pappy was caught in town and hanged for some stuff that he did. And after that, the gang, all led by his 6 sons, swore bloody revenge and have been wreaking havoc around this area for quite a number of months ever since. The Indian girl that they kidnapped is named Chipeta, and she was a prime witness against Pappy, and so she was a big target and was actually staying here under the town's protection. I think that's the bulk of it.
Would he know, or any of the guys know, their typical mode of operation, or modus operandi or whatever. They like 6-shooter guys, rifle guys, shotguns, explosives, hand to hand.
A bit of
And any
everything.
weaknesses?
They were
Buttons.
so
Yeah.
as bushwhackers. That means that they were southern, not necessarily military, but they were in the war. So they and as happened with a lot of these guys, much like pirates in the golden age of piracy, once the war was over, they didn't have anything better to do, and so they kind of did the same thing. And now they just rob people and make nuisances of themselves, as is a lot of the case with a lot of the known outlaws. All right. Any specific questions other than that? Right off the top of your head?
Who
No.
all's going in this group? You said it's the PCs plus the constable plus who else?
You
Are
got
there any
about
named characters present, or are they all, wearing suspiciously red leather jackets?
Well, as it happens, they all seem to be wearing some. It's kind of hard to see the colors in the darkness, but they might all be red. There are 7 others. Some of them are the constable's deputies. Some of them are people from the town, including Enoch, Kimball, your boss, and the former mayor, Mr. Woods.
Are posses deputized, so we're afforded certain legal enforcement powers, or is that not a thing?
That does sometimes happen. That has not happened here. The constable is not a sheriff at this point. There hasn't been an elected sheriff in this territory or in this state, or more accurately, in this county yet. This county's only existed for like a year or two. And the constable here is by government or governor's appointment. So I suspect he doesn't have the same powers as a sheriff would. But that said, posse is perfectly legal. I mean, you can make a citizen's arrest.
Can we make a citizen's murder?
Well, it happens often enough. All right, so the green pin is roughly where Babylon is located. That is your hub town. You are going about a dozen miles south of there, across into the Ute Reservation. And there's really not a whole lot to say about the terrain. It's all scrub.
Is the grid relevant for anything?
Not at the moment, although I'll tell you that I've got the grid set basically for days of travel, but I can't make it say days as the unit. I mean, I can change it, but it won't keep.
Really?
Yeah.
Right. So even in the grid settings on the
Yeah.
map doesn't keep.
So I go in there and change it. It'll change it on the map, but it won't save it. Presumably because it's not on the drop-down list or whatever.
Fair enough. I was
All right,
asking
so-
because you could make the grid invisible, so we could just see the map without the grid. You can still draw out
Yeah.
arrows.
No, I thought about that, and there are some times where having the grid on there might be easier to count hexes and that sort of thing. So I figured I'd leave it up there. So as you guys are moving along, and you've got a while, Constable Hunt kind of cuts Al and Yuli and Doc aside from the group, and in somewhat of a lower voice, never minding the fact that you guys are riding in a somewhat of a hurry, he tells you guys that he's counting on you guys with Army and law enforcement experience to help keep order if things unravel.
Hmm.
And yeah,
Alright.
you guys have seen the constable around a fair amount, especially with all the complaining about the McCastle assholes running around.
Doc's
So
like,
he's a
well,
familiar sight.
can't say as I'm happy to be here, but you can count on me, Constable. We'll bring these bastards in, dead or maybe alive.
Well, we want to try to bring them in alive, but let's not take any chances. And so he'll ride over.
Yeah, so Yuli is pretty soft-spoken, so he may respond with a murmured, non-intelligible, I'm neither confirming nor denying that I'm former military.
All right, you don't actually tell anybody you're military.
No, but if somebody is, sufficiently competent, or they are former soldiers themselves, they're, he does have born soldier too. So something about him twigs the former military guys. Like, okay, this guy is clearly soldiery type.
Yeah, well, I know that happens. All right, so he'll veer off, and then he will cut Tilly aside from the group, and sort of the same way, he comes in close and says, I got to ask you again if I can convince you to turn back.
She just gives him a look and says, took one of my girls. I will lead this group if I have to.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Look, if things go bad, I want you to get behind cover or stick close to Manny over there, or one of those other guys over there. Town will string me up if it's you comes back in a box.
She will. Give me a sec. She'll kind of give him another look and then just nod. I'll look out for myself.
We know the general direction that they've been going in, or do we have to track that out?
You guys were given a tip off to their hideout. All right, he'll give Tilly a hat tip and then move on, and he'll cut Manui aside and kind of tell you, I need you to stick close to Tilly over there. Keep her safe as you can. That's your job.
Right. I can do that. And he'll turn to Tilly and sort of tip his hat to her.
All right, so let's do a thing. What is Al carrying, weapons-wise?
Al's got his Winchester. He's got his Colt Peacemaker and a knife, and that's what he's carrying for arms.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
What is Tilly carrying with her?
She's got all three weapons with her, but her shotgun is kind of packed on the horse.
Right.
But she's got her rifle ready to go. And she's doing
So-
like double checking it.
Now you had the Winchester 73 as well.
Yeah.
All right. What's Doc carrying?
Doc has his shotgun. That's his main. You know, he's got that with him at all times in his hands, and his backup revolver. I forget what it was called. You had told me.
Oh, did you actually go with that?
I'm just trying to keep it simple. Yeah, so you said it made sense.
Okay.
So, and then if I'm guessing it might have been common, he probably has like a knife that serves multiple purposes. You know, skinning rabbits and whatnot, and stabbing people in the throat.
Whichever comes first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the Colt 1855 revolving shotgun, and we went with 12 gauge on that, and then the I think we were talking about Lama.
I'm looking
For
at
the
all the
pistol.
notes. Yeah.
All right. What's Manny carrying?
How many long arms is feasible to have on your saddle? Like in special
Depends on how
saddlebag
creative you get, I
fit.
suppose.
2 long arms?
I mean, yeah, you could put them in long arm holsters on this off the saddle.
In that case, he'll have his Colt pistol, and he'll have his shotgun and Winchester.
Right. He had a double barrel.
Yes.
All right. What's Yuli carrying?
His stuff is really old. He's got the Spencer 1860 carbine, and his pistols the Colt 1848 Dragoon. Trying to see if the Spencer allows a bayonet.
I think it'll typically allow a bayonet, but probably not the carbine. I don't know. It might. I feel like using a bayonet on a carbine would be weird, but
Well, it might not
stranger
be a
things have
carbine.
happened.
Actually, just looking.
Well, it makes sense if he's going to use it riding.
Well, I'm looking now. It doesn't say carbine. Why did I say carbine? Oh, right. Some 48,000 1860 carbines are made.
Yeah,
I guess
those
it is a
Spencer
carbine.
carbines are an easy one to come by.
Yep. Right. In that case, he's going to have a knife. I don't know. Bowie knife.
Everybody's going to have a knife. Probably a big knife. One that Paul Hogan would be proud of.
Bowie knife it is.
One thing I was going to bring up is the Old West tradition of carrying your revolver on an empty chamber. So I figured I would bring that up in case you guys weren't aware of it. Do I need to
Normally,
explain that?
yes, but not in this case. I would totally have put an extra round in there once we're like, yep, we're going out and doing stuff. It's like, okay.
I figure there are at least a couple of you that I probably need to explain that to. So the deal is, especially when you're going back to cap and ball, if you have percussion caps on a chamber with the hammer resting on that percussion cap, if you bump that hammer, it could set it off and end up with a negligent discharge. The same thing is true of the older earlier types of centerfire cartridges, it's still resting on a primer, and if you whack it real good, it once again it may shoot. So it's become fairly common practice if you're doing everyday carry with it, to carry it on an empty chamber, so you only load 5 out of 6, or depending on how many chambers you have.
Or 4 out of 5.
Now, some of the later ones will actually have an index notch on there where you can rest the hammer in between cylinders. And there are probably other ways of dealing with that. But I would just bringing it up because
Hot micing FX.
since you're on the way to a problem, you might have been carrying on an empty chamber, even though once you get there, you're probably going to want to load that. In Yuli's case, though, he's using cap and ball, so he doesn't want to have to try to top off when he gets there.
Yep. Like probably people saw those weapons. They're like, really?
Hey, a gun's a gun. It's
Yeah,
a bullet
but
chucker.
these are really, really old. You said this is 77?
Yeah.
That means my pistol is 30 years old. My rifle is 17 years old.
All right, so a note for everybody to bear in mind that for this upcoming event, you will all have bad luck.
Ruh-roh. So, in that case, I already have luck. So, are you saying I just basically can't use luck?
No, you can still use luck. It means at one time during this session, I can tell you fail.
Okay. And then can I say, no, I didn't, and re-roll twice more?
Well, it depends on whether or not you've already used it.
Yeah.
I do wonder how that interacts, though.
Are we doing bennies or anything like that?
We will be doing bennies. We are not doing bennies tonight, though.
You saw the stuff in the beginning. We're clearly all about to get, or Nosh is going to get his thing, and we're going to get the TPK. Everybody dies.
TPK, TPK, TPK.
All right, you guys ride on for a couple hours, as expected. No shenanigans happen on the way. You guys watch as the darkness is starting to give way to the dawn, and I should probably have done this earlier. Brain trying to keep up. So this is the terrain you guys are riding through at the moment. And yes, that is the San Juan Mountains in the background.
Are the sealed roads there?
Say it again?
Are the sealed roads there?
No.
Well, yeah.
Well, then this picture's wrong.
The picture doesn't lie.
I totally
They
missed
established
that.
those roads in 1870s.
And it's in colour, even though it's day and night.
Of course it's in color. We're in color. Everything's in color.
Yeah, that makes it real.
Does that mean you're colorblind?
No. It's fake if it's black and white. But if it's in colour, it's real.
I don't think that's how that works. At any rate, the terrain is bushy and lumpy.
Then we should travel on the road.
All right. So you guys have been going for a couple of hours, like I said. At some point, Hunt has said that we're probably crossing the border now into the reservation, And so you guys get to a point, and he slows everybody down and comes to a halt and says, "All right, we're going to leave the horses back here, and we're going to walk in. Try to keep quiet." Should be right over that hill.
Right. Hold on. Okay. So I would like to utilize. Damn, I can't even see. Woo! Critical success on a tactics check. I was just like realizing I can't actually see the numbers on that particular die. I have to change it.
Oh.
But yeah, so I want to take in the area, try to figure out if his plan is the best plan.
Okay. I would interpret the results of that as just
I'm
realizing
amazing.
that probably should have been in the box.
Oh, sorry, it wasn't in the box though.
No, it wasn't, and now it's too late. You would say his plan is probably serviceable. You're vulnerable, but then again, you're gonna be vulnerable out here. You just don't know you don't know anything about what's out here, and stepping into an unknown situation is always dangerous.
All right.
But he is using the terrain to mask, and yeah, I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Well, in the process, I am absolutely going to be trying to keep close to Mr. Kimball and keep him under wraps.
All right. Does anybody have anything they want to do at this point?
Yeah, I want to
Stealth checks.
I'd like to potentially consider doing a tracking roll just to see if I can see if perhaps they've set up some sentries.
I was
and
actually
maybe I
going to
could
say something similar.
figure out maybe
You're
where
going to
they
be a lot
are.
better at it then.
Well, we haven't quite got there yet. We're like a mile up the road or so. All right. Well, you guys will continue on.
Sun's up.
Ish. Yeah, whatever. Don't take that too seriously.
There is actually a
you
day for
do-
night filter on images.
Yeah, no, I've used it. I just didn't use it here because I didn't.
Slack GM.
You see the peak over the hill as you guys are approaching. We're approaching sort of off the road a bit.
Right. Well, we need to sneak forward into position.
All right. Yeah, so Hunt will try to keep everybody down a bit, and tells Al to scout ahead.
Will do.
And that's the last we see of Nosh's character ever.
Enjoy 2025. All right, GM, what would you like me to roll, and where would you like me to roll it?
There is a funny but not useful answer to that. Let's do observation. And let's do that in the box. I guess Doc is sneaking up with you. All right. You'll look over the place for a little while. You do note as you look over that there's not a lot of activity out there.
As Doc is sneaking along with me, I will give him a very side-eyed, stern glance, but carry forward.
Yeah, they don't know you that well. They don't know you have problems with personal space. You do note that looks like there's a couple of whiskey jugs or something like that on the porch, tipped over. Looks like maybe some other trash. So possibly lived in. And Doc, you notice that there is a little wisp of smoke coming out from the bell tower. Looks like somebody may have a fire going inside, or maybe a stove or something like that.
I point at the smoke and whisper, looks like they might be in that building over there.
You went to school for that, did you, Doc?
I'm waiting for the ninja cougars to jump them.
It's a lot of buildings to cover, but there are,
It's
what,
just
how
the
many of
one.
us? Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the Kimball Ranch. My bad.
Oh, yeah, wrong image.
That's why I guess I said that, and that's why it didn't make any sense. Ah, never mind.
Yeah, it's going to be like that. Here, let me reshare. All right. So you guys observe for a little bit. You don't see a whole lot else other than that.
Am I, sorry, just to make sure, am I looking at the abandoned church image then?
Uh-huh.
Is that the right one? Okay. Is there any cover? Can we get closer than we are with cover?
You guys are probably 100 yards away, I would say, and it's a bit open. I mean, there's grass out there, kind of like you see.
What about windows and openings from the church? If we can approach from a side that doesn't have windows.
Well, it has windows down the side, and looks like you can probably see through the doors or whatever. It's pretty old and rickety, so not well sealed. But if you came in from this or that angle, you could potentially stay out of sight. So, yeah.
I go, I'm going to head over on my left. I suggest you don't go with me. And then he starts to walk away.
Doc just shrugs to himself and he'll go around the right side. Assuming that
moving
we're
on?
trying to get I'm assuming we're trying to get a more of a 360 view, possibly. But that's what I was assuming.
Yeah, I want to get closer and
All right. Well, by this point, somebody is, or Hunt has come up behind you guys as you're in the process of separating and ask what you see.
Well, without stating the obvious, we haven't seen any movement, but as you can tell from the smoke, there's appears to be somebody inside. Other than that, limited windows and visibility from the inside. We may try to, recommend that we try to use that to our advantage.
Says, yeah, that's a good idea. All right. We're going to have to move quick. So Hunt backs down off the ridge there and sort of gathers everybody else up and says, we're going this way. We're going to go in.
I'm sure this won't end badly.
I don't know what you mean. All right, so the gaggle starts in the process of sort of creeping forward in a generally useful direction. They are trying to keep out of the direct side of the windows and whatnot, but they are moving somewhat quickly. And at some point, some of the others start to get a little ahead of themselves.
Manny will be sticking close to Chantilly.
Al's going to hang back, so he's covering the sort of the corners of the building, ready to fire on anything from a bit of a range.
And as stated, I'll be Ulysses will be keeping close to Kimball, being prepared to tackle him as necessary.
Manny has a sort of gut feeling that these guys are expecting a posse. Yeah, you don't kidnap someone and not expect someone to follow up. So he's expecting some sort of trap. So he'll be looking more around the place other than directly at it.
All right, well, as I said, as the gaggle moves forward, some of the unnamed members get a little ahead of the group, and Colin starts to call them back a little bit, but they get up to the door, and then they kind of stick their head in there and start pointing at what's in there, like, be quiet, they're in here.
Al is going to circle around to the back of the church, just in case there's a rear exit.
Damn, whose phone actually sounds like a phone?
I know. I was like, what the heck?
Hey, when you're sitting in the basement of your 86-year-old mother's house.
I haven't heard that sound in a long time.
I'm waiting for us to find out. Oh yeah, there's totally dynamite in the church.
I have got to break for a second.
Like, Going break.
Not a break, just a second break. Hang on.
We stumped the
Sound.
GM somewhat.
It was the sound of the rotary phone that
Yeah,
triggered something.
it caused a flashback.
That flashback is called "I'm old now."
I'm actually curious. Do rotary phones still work these days?
Well, this one
Clearly
does.
they do.
Now you know what? I got to get up and look to see if it's is a rotary phone.
I remember seeing a YouTube video where they were showing a rotary phone to, kids these days, asking them how to use it. And it's just
Right.
hilarious.
Alas,
Sorry.
it is not.
It is.
But it's one of those old keypad phones.
It's really hard to process the scene whenever you really, really have to pee.
We grok.
Okay. So Yuli is keeping Kimball covered.
Yep.
Manny is with Tilly, who I guess is moving along with the gaggle.
Yeah, she's keeping her eyes like on windows in the belfry to see if
Right.
anybody's watching.
Al is flanking around, and Doc is doing what?
Earth to Doc.
So, sorry, trying to find my unmute button. Doc is, well, I guess if Yuli's going towards the back, who was going through the front?
Everybody's headed generally toward the front, with the exception of Al, who is the one that was sort of peeking around the back. In a
Okay.
wide circle, I presume.
Indeed.
Definitely years of hunting bad guys. He's not going to go through the front door. So he will also take the opposite side of Yuli towards the back if he sees any potential openings. That's where he's going to go. I'm assuming they probably know what a typical church layout is. I don't know if they only have like one entrance or if they have a back entrance. That's
I
common
think
sense.
it's probably not unusual for him to have two entrances at least.
Yeah. So then he's
But,
going to go for the back as well.
Yuli wasn't headed. Was Yuli headed toward the back?
I don't know. Is
I didn't
that
hear that.
the direction that Mr. Kimball is going?
Let's assume everybody is headed in generally sort of this direction, like
Yep.
toward the front from the corner. So not bad on cover. Just
Sorry, I think I just misspoke. I forgot Ulysses was Rigel.
Yep.
Who's Nosh? Sorry, which one are you, Nosh? Mahoney?
Al.
Waltz.
Oh, you're Al. Jesus Christ. Right. You're the
Mahoney.
American German
Who the
guy.
hell's Mahoney? We don't have a Mahoney here.
Yeah, he's Irish now.
Oh, geez.
Manny just shakes his head.
Yeah. I haven't taken my meds today.
Yep.
Doc's a little confused.
Sorry there, Ronky. We're now referring to you as Mahoney, not Manny Mahoney.
That would actually make sense.
Yeah, it actually would. Okay, so as stated, some guys had actually got to the front, so the constable is trying to catch up and trying to keep them from going in half cocked.
Then
And,
things start exploding.
So they kind of stack up on the front, and then they go in.
If any gunshots are are heard, Al is going to hit the deck and lay down with his rifle at the ready.
All right. Okay, and so they go in, and those of you along with the gaggle, assuming you guys are sort of hanging toward the back of the gaggle, you can kind of see in there, and you do see that looks like there are some guys in sleeping bags, blankets, whatever, on the floor, and they're not moving.
Uh-huh.
But
We've all seen wait, no. Lord of the Rings hasn't been written yet.
But at the front of the chapel, a guy uncovers a Gatling gun and mows you all down. Well, there's a
and
pub.
yeah, there's a little stove or something in the middle of them, and there's a fire going. Looks like it's mostly out, but yeah. So everybody's sort of creeping up, and doesn't look like anybody's been alerted. And somebody grabs a blanket and yanks it down,
And it
and
explodes.
you see some rats scurry off, and whoever's under the blankets is very clearly dead. And they go around to the other ones, and they're all dead. And the constable is looking disappointed and
Is it the
points at
McCaskill
this
brothers?
one and that one and said, those are the Indian police that tipped us off.
Well, that's not good.
And he says, all right, well, it looks like it's all clear in here. All right, start looking around and see if you can find anything.
Manny will be looking for tracks.
All right, so one at a time. Al is outside there, so he was noticing when people are starting to walk in, so he was kind of watching through the windows as they were going. Didn't see anything nefarious going on. So you kind of got the gist of whatever it was in there wasn't what they wanted to find.
Okay, then I'm going to start looking around for any tracks that maybe lead away from this place. Figure out how old they are.
All right. So you're starting to look around from your outside position, looking for places they might have gone, directions they might have gone from here,
Yep, and
possible
numbers,
trails.
et cetera, et cetera.
All right. Tilly?
Tilly is she's pretty angry. She's gonna go up to, is it the sheriff, the constable,
Mm-hmm.
and be like, where's my girl? Where are they?
All right. We'll get to that in a minute. Doc, you were kind of lagging behind a little bit. Apparently got confused.
Yeah. So, well, if I have a chance to basically look at all the clues and kind of search around and gather information, can he do a criminology roll?
Yeah, hold that thought. So, crime scene stuff. All right, Manny.
Looking for tracks.
Inside, outside?
Outside.
Okay, so you're basically circling around the building.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yuli?
He's gonna step outside and basically just take up like a defensive guard sort of position outside the door. Because don't want to have too many chiefs.
Yeah. Front door or back door? There is a back door, sort of off to the side of the podium there.
Well, I'll go with the back door. Sure, why not?
Right. All right. So I will. Let's see. Let's have everybody do a perception roll in the box, excepting Doc, who's going to use criminology perception based. Meanwhile, Tilly is talking to the constable.
Okay, so no roll from Tilly.
No, not in here.
Is this a
Okay.
perception roll or a tracking roll for Manny?
This tracking would work there too. Oh yeah, you can't do the perception based in the box, can you?
No.
We got to figure that out one day.
Yeah, I'm going to do it via you hold down control or something like that. And then
Yeah, that's
roll.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, use my tracking roll as opposed to my perception roll, please.
Ah, gotcha. Fair enough. So what was Tilly doing with the constable?
She's just mad.
No, she's just venting.
Yep.
He is a very patient old man. And he assures you that they're going to find whatever there is to find here, and we're going to keep looking. Meanwhile, Doc is going to look over the crime scene, and one of the first things that occurs to him is these guys were not killed here. They were brought here.
Dun dun dun.
Let's see.
Also, was it kind of like, can we tell if it was like execution style murders, or some other, situation?
Well, it's kind of random. This guy over here was shot. This guy had his throat slit. This guy was stabbed in the gut a couple of times, and it's pretty random. Looking just at a glance, you'd say that the timings were similar. Probably they've been dead about the same amount of time, which has been a while, less than a day. Al, you basically got a good lay of the land at this point, and got a pretty good idea what the lanes of ingress and egress are that make most sense to you. As you're sort of investigating a couple of spots here, you don't see anything on this side, but you're going to probably take a little while to work your way around.
Okay.
And so, Manny, as you are working your way around the outside of the building, near the walls, and you're sort of going around clockwise, and Yuli's up there next to the back door, sort of standing out of the way. And you both sort of look down at the same time and note that there's a cellar door next to the porch at the back door, and that cellar door is actually wide open. And the thing that caught your eye was that there is a little bit of cloth there that looks like it was something that Geppetto was wearing, like it got torn off.
Right. So Ulysses is about to call this out and to somebody. When did you say it was Doc that was noticing this as well?
Manny.
Manny. Then when he notices that Manny's there, I guess they'll look at each other and look at the hole or the cellar door.
Manny will
Cellar.
sort of carefully move up to it and then sort of peer in.
It is very small. Probably couldn't fit more than a few people in there. There's some other junk lying around. Look like it hasn't been occupied in a long time, except for the fact that there is appears to be a person in there. That being what looks to be a Native American female in a state of complete undress and not looking particularly well.
On his approach to the cellar, did he notice any tracks? The most recent tracks, are they coming or are they going?
Let's see, how did you do? So you've seen some tracks around, but what you're noticing more than the tracks themselves are the lack of tracks. In fact, what you would say is somebody's cleaned up the scene.
So someone's actually gone to the trouble of covering the tracks.
Yeah.
Well, if Manny was in the process of still tracking, then Ulysses will call out. Is like, I think I got her, and go into the cellar.
Yuli's in first.
I'm
Appropriate.
totally not expecting it to explode and shred me to chunks of ugly meat.
All right. Well, yeah, as stated, that
Damn it! I should have taken drawing.
looks like Chipeta, and she has been abused, bruises, cuts, blood all over the place. She's not moving, and she is bound hand and foot over the altar, or if you want to call it that. Looks like some kind of mock native altar thing somebody threw together.
So Ulysses,
don't take that image too seriously.
Yeah, you'll give it a glance and then completely ignore it while calling out. It's like, Doc, I need the doc.
Doc, get over here. We got a live one.
Doc, hearing his name, rushes over. Motherfucker. And like he immediately starts doing triage, diagnosis, and first aid.
Well, give me a first aid then.
I can assist with the first aid.
I guess that would.
There's no point in rolling in diagnosis, right?
Well, I guess that would work here as well. Is diagnosis normally perception?
It's IQ.
Roll perception based? Now, I know you didn't know how to do that in the box, but do you know how to do that out of the box?
Yes, I can do the perception based.
Okay.
I just know I drag it onto my perception, but I didn't know how to drag two things.
Yeah,
over.
Yeah, I forgot you couldn't do that.
Yeah, because Ronky hasn't gotten around to fixing it.
I think I'm doing this right.
Indeed.
Success by 1, barely.
All right. Well,
that was diagnosis.
As you are getting in there and starting to have a look at the situation, you note that the blood is still seeping a little. She is alive, but only barely.
What are the obvious injuries?
Lots of cuts, stabs. She's been hurt a lot. Probably some internal injuries. She's not going to make it.
That's what I don't think she'll make it. Okay.
Now, next thing you notice is that she is moving her mouth. And as you sort of check that, because you were going to check for breath anyway, you get the impression that she's speaking, or maybe more like singing.
She's telling you to get Scorpio.
It is very, very faint, though.
Okay.
And very shallow. That the breathing is very shallow. Now, you guys are already aware from having been in town for long enough, you know that Chipeta has no tongue. Her tongue was cut out at some point. Lone Buffalo said it was a ritual thing. It wasn't the McCastles that did that.
Who's Lone Buffalo?
It's the old Indian dude, lives in town or near town.
I don't know. I work on the ranch. I don't get into town much.
Yeah, you know where he is. You see him every now and again.
Right. Can we make out what she's actually saying or trying to say? Sing? Do we recognize the language?
You guys never
So,
actually. You guys never
so
actually
Doc will
identified what tribe she belonged to in the first place.
So that's a
Doc
no.
is gonna look at at Tilly and just kind of give her the shake of a head and like she's not gonna make it. He says I believe she's trying to say something. I don't know if anybody wants to take action on that, but he's gonna try to ease her pain as much as he can with the first aid. I mean, he's gonna try, even though he doesn't think she's gonna make it. He's gonna try to bandage her wounds.
All right. Well, Tilly was in a position where she might have been able to get there first. There, like I said, there's not a lot of room in the cellar. It's kind of a steep ladder thingy.
Okay. So if Tilly's able to get in there, then she'll go over and kneel down next to the girl, and she'll try to hear what she's saying. Maybe it sounds something familiar.
Okay. You sort of take her head in your hands and turn her a bit, and you see that her eyes are open and she's staring, but she's not staring at you. She's staring through you. But when you look in her eyes, it is like looking in the abyss. It is pure hate. And it kind of throws you off a little bit because she was always kind of nice.
And she'll just, after a moment of observing it, she'll be like, "What are you seeing?" Kind of like it's more to herself than to anybody around her.
Constable Hunt has approached the top of the cellar entrance and is looking down there and asks after what's going on. You guys tell her, yeah, that's not much we can do. And he looks resigned and turns around, says, "All right, you, and you. I need you to get in here." And you hear a thwack. You hear the report of a large caliber rifle.
Damn it,
And
Al!
you see
You didn't
him
need to shoot
slump to the ground.
You didn't need to shoot the constable.
I was aiming for the dock, but
Well, so much for trying to take these guys in alive.
so as I said,
right.
as soon as I heard any gunshot, I'm on the ground, rifle up, looking around.
Mm-hmm.
And Ulysses is scrambling out of that cellar. Definitely going to go diving towards Kimball and make sure he's in cover.
All right. Well, given that, and given that FX needs a minute, I think we will take an official break at this point, and I'll get some stuff set up.
All right. Going on official break. And we're back.
Right. Okay. So here we are. A couple of things. Let's see. So we have what is generally going to be a total surprise situation, more or less. So I've got Doc and Yuli that have combat reflexes, and I've got Doc and Tilly that have danger sense. And I will give Al a bit of credit here since he was out at a distance, specifically observing. So, and he is going to be out there. That's probably as close as I can do right now. So we'll assume that's correct. There is going to be a little bit of abstractness with this. Bear with me. So those that I have just mentioned, that's basically everybody except Manny, is going to recover automatically on their first turn, and everybody else will have to roll for it. And I think, do we need to do anything else?
Goodness, the bad guys brought a lot.
Right. So, FYI, the bad guys are about 40 to 50 yards distant, and they are undercover in tall grass and stuff. They are hard to spot. So you guys will have to spot them first when it comes down to attacking, and then be able to fight back. The only real cover here is the church itself, and that only a little. So the planking on that church isn't going to stop a whole lot, but it might stop something. And I think that will probably be it. So, Ulysses is going to recover. And he's going to roll his flashbacks and fail.
Yeah, that's good though. Remember,
Right.
this is
Failed the trigger.
if it's 6 or less, I will update that so it will actually say flashbacks 6 or less.
Okay, so he doesn't go into a flashback episode. That is good. So he will do nothing and recover this round.
Right. Hey,
Tilly.
don't hit the button.
Oh, sorry. Did you want to hit the button?
Well, it doesn't matter now.
Okay, so we don't
So-
have eyes on these guys yet.
No, so you're going to end up do nothing on this round, but you will recover automatically. So
Yep.
you don't have to do anything next round. But having said that, question?
Nope, no question. You
All
you can hit the button if you want.
I'm going to
No.
Al, so like everybody else, so basically you were sort of looking down at the trail trying to see if you could find some tracks there, and you heard that shot. And it is way on the other side. And in fact, from your position, it's probably a good you're experienced enough with firearms and stuff. You know that's a good 100+ yards.
Okay, Al is going to get up and he's going to start making a run for the, well, I'm just going to say the northeast corner or northwest corner of the church.
Okay, well, you're going to also be surprised for this round, but like I said, you will recover. So you'll do nothing for this one, but you're going to be running toward the church after.
Yep.
Okay. Carry on then. Doc, you are down in the cellar. and you heard the shot. So you are going to be, like I said, you will be able to recover this round, but you are going to have to climb out of the cellar in order to get in on anything here.
Okay. So just do nothing. So I'm out to do nothing, right?
Yeah.
And I can't do nothing. Literally means don't move as well.
Basically, that's normally the case. I tend to like the horror rule where you can do anything as long as it's useless, which isn't very helpful in your case.
All right. Then I guess done.
All right. Manny, I'm assuming you were outside to let people in. And it looks like you will recover. All right. And you will note that a lot of your posse guys are actually in the process of recovering as well. Some of them will do better than others. Now for the shooting. Come on. It's not clicking the tabs when I click the tabs. What the? That's the wrong one. Must open correct NPC.
That would be helpful.
All right. So, let me do this. You will note off to the side here. Basically, there are a lot of guys about to start opening fire, and everybody's got a certain number of baddies shooting at them.
Not me and Manny. No, not me and Doc. We're in the hole.
Well, that's true. So, were you in the hole as well?
Yeah, I was the first one in.
Well, but I figured you cleared out to make room.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, no, either way. So if you're
No, if
you're
it
out,
was
you're
that
out.
small, if it was that small, then yeah, he would have gotten out so Miss Darnell could go in there.
Okay. Well, I know she's in, so her guys will be over here, and Doc is in, so we'll fill in. Let's go down this way. All right, so those guys won't get shot at. And those guys will get shot at extra. All right, so I'm going to start from the end. Ah, crap. Forgot the thing. Sorry, stand by. That was, okay, that's only 2 hits. Okay. And I didn't put my table over there. I should have done that. All right, sorry, let me catch up. Ugh. Damn. Okay, foot. Okay. All right, so that guy's got shot. He's out. Next. 1 hit. Oh. Yeah, he's very out.
Man, we're losing
That
a
was a
bunch of
skull.
our red shirts. They should not have been wearing those red vests.
I know, right? This might end up going faster than I was thinking. All right, there's another one. Oh my God. I better be glad I'm getting these out of the way. That's kind of lame.
He was
That
an
guy got
adventure until he took a bullet to the knee.
That guy got riddled all the way up one side. He's probably not going to be particularly useful, even if he's not dead yet. Let's see. Next guy. Oh, that one. Lucky bastard. You. Damn. Yep, chest. Nose. Yeah, you're done. Not many people are going to survive a Winchester shot to the head.
All of our red shirts are dying, guys. Getting the feeling the GM super stacked this to kill us all off.
Well, They
Mhm.
shouldn't wear those big,
He's like,
stupid white hats.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he's like, yeah, there we go. Okay, game over. Who's up next?
Damn. I never roll like this when I'm playing. Chest.
So it's back to Star Trek next week.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because we're all dead.
Well, I was going to say this one could end up being short.
That's true. He did say that. And at least we had the
8 again.
the thing at the beginning. Or we've got a
Arm.
good idea that we're like, I don't know, coming back as Eric Cravens. I think the very angry Indian chick just, brought us back.
All right, we're up to the
Did
PCs now.
we just? Oh my goodness! Did you actually just take out Kimball?
Actually, yeah.
Oh no! My
Yeah,
potential
he
son-in-law just died.
technically he's not dead. He got hit in the arm and the leg. He's just not going to be particularly useful at this point. Now he's kind of stuck out there outside the church, though.
All right, so I get 3 of them that are going to shoot me squarely in the head.
Here you go. Let's see. Oh, that was a bad roll.
Ha!
You survive. All right, Tilly skipped. Manny's outside. All right, here comes
Manny's gonna
yours.
Get shot in the head. That's funny.
Yeah, this is how it's going to go. Okay.
That's funny.
Fine. All right. Now, let's see. I need to actually. I think that's probably right. All right. Here goes Al. They're going to be a little harder, though. What the hell, man? I guess this was just Red Shirt Mook Horror Show Day. All the PCs get missed.
Yeah, but that's not very good for us because now there's lots more bad guys
Well,
per
that's
PC.
true. So that means that they're all going to get stacked up here. So
Luckily,
it's going to go like
it's going to
that.
depend on kind of rifles they're using, I guess.
Let's see. How am I going to do that? Yeah, this is going to suck. Probably leave it at that. This guy's going to get some extras. We'll figure out what to do with these guys. They're on the
Wow.
lookout. They're on the lookout for new targets. Okay. Well, so the grass erupts in smoke and loud noises. And those loud noises are really familiar to anybody who's been around guns. Those are definitely rifle firing pistol caliber, probably 4440, something like that. Probably Winchesters, because they're everywhere. So, yeah, and that was a lot of shots.
$33 bad guys.
Right. So Kimball is on the ground, but not visibly dead.
Yeah, he is. He's yelling out.
So crap, this is gonna suck. I'm looking at that thing here, that porch. Is it a standard sort of thing that I would expect, where it's like it's fairly easy to get under?
It's got at least 2 steps there, so I'm gonna say, yeah, you probably could crawl
Right.
under it.
So it's not going to matter. I'm going to get shot up because I'm not strong enough to do this, because I want to grab Enoch and start trying to get him underneath there with him.
Okay.
But
You gonna drag him under it, or?
Yes, I mean, it's ideally fastest get us both underneath there.
Him first or you first, I mean.
Totally him first.
Okay. So you're shoving him under and then try to follow.
Yep. Which case I'm going to get shot a lot.
Yeah, that's going to take multiple maneuvers here. So
Well,
for starters, you got to grab him. All right.
Okay, so Tilly's in the hole.
Tilly's in the hole. She just heard a lot of gunfire out there.
And there's probably like at least one guy who like fell back into the hole.
Yeah, right. She was definitely aware of the constable taking one right up at the lip of the cellar, so she saw that.
So she will start to haul herself out of the hole.
All right, so you're going up first. Full move.
Full move.
All right, I will. I'll say you can get to the top basically, so you're up.
Awesome. She's gonna get there just in time to see me get shot up.
All right, so Al, you were actually, you said you were gonna break for the church.
That's correct.
Haul ass.
Okay. Doc's turn. Well,
You are also
how
in the
long
hole.
will it take me to get out of the cellar? 1 round?
So I'll give you the same as Tilly. It'd take 1 round to get out of the hole, but she is currently at the top.
So then I will make it up as far as right behind her.
Okay.
And obviously I have my shotgun at the ready, or I don't know if that's possible.
Well,
I mean, I've been carrying it around this whole time.
Yeah, I'll say you can get it ready as part of what you're doing down there. That's not stretching things too much.
All right. Advancing the tracker.
All right, Manny's going to be running inside the church for cover.
Gotcha.
So he can be the last of us to die.
And I guess he'll sort of break out that window or whatever.
No glass. All the windows are long since broken out.
And honestly, with the amount of rounds that have been fired, there's probably plenty of holes in that wall.
Uh-huh. All right. So, there's actually not that many left.
We
I got
had
one
one.
guy.
It looks like we have one red shirt or one named person who's wasn't shot. Mr. Woods, whoever that is.
Is it? I'm hovering over it and I'm not getting the name. I thought I put the names on those.
Just for the record, Manny's position at the window is partial cover.
Yeah. Okay.
It's over the token. I don't know about the other ones.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's probably reasonable, so I'm going to go ahead and remove the rest of these guys.
Who the hell is Mr. Woods?
That's the former mayor.
Uh,
I'll leave Enoch on there. There's one or two other ones that are potentially not fully dead yet. Just disabled. Okay, so Woods needs to make a recovery. Let's see if we can do that. If I can find the stupid character. I can just roll off of there. IQ. Not today.
he's standing there. His face has been splattered with the brains of one of the guys that got shot in the face.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that,
And that's a little disconcerting. This guy is usually pretty solid, and right now he's just like, what?
Well, I mean, if a guy just got his brains blown out on you.
All right. Well, shooter's turn.
Been nice knowing y'all.
Yep. All right. This is going to suck. Unless I start rolling like that again. Okay, well, we'll start with the eponymous Mr. Woods. So let's see, that's going to be follow-up. And he's going to have 6 shooters on him this time. And he's only going to get hit twice, which, you know, just got shot. That's you're going to see him fold. He was trying to. He's like the big guy in a 13th Warrior when he got hit by the one. He got hit by the one spear and he turns around and he's about to fight and he gets hit by 2 or 3 other ones. They just keep hitting him until he just gives up. It's a bit like that.
And I think I'm about to die horribly.
All right. Yep, Yuli's next. All right, so you are reaching for Enoch to try to start dragging him, and yeah, here we go. You get the follow-up, and you've got 6 shooters. Here it comes. Oh! Yeah, that's going to hurt.
No, re-roll it twice. I want to take the worst.
Damn it. Well, that's your one. Okay, here we go.
Hey, I gotta last as long as possible.
I
think
agree.
statistically, the dodge would have been better to re-roll.
Yeah, maybe. Ugh. It was oddly consistent.
Oh, it looks like the first one was the worst. Yippee.
All right, here we go. Hit location. Ah!
Yep, I'm down.
Ow! Okay, well, in you
Oh,
guys' cases, I'll actually roll the damage.
That's interesting. It doesn't put extra damage there. Would have thought that the neck would have been extra damage.
Yeah, I know. That is odd.
Did it roll on the? Did it actually roll on the neck? Okay, I guess not. Well, fuck.
Dodge.
Oh, yeah, dodge. Should have done that first.
Nope.
Ew. Guess not.
So 18 points of damage.
Is it 18?
Piercing plus.
Well, I'm not stunned, but I am very badly injured.
Yeah, other one's the left arm. Oh, well, you already did your dodge.
Oh, right.
Okay, yeah. Right, damage. So that arm is most likely disabled.
Or blown off.
It takes a little extra for a bullet to blow the limb off. I think it's double the normal sever. So probably not off, but it is mangled. Yeah, so that was probably the arm you were reaching for Kimball with. Well, I guess you're
Actually,
reaching
I'm
with
not
both.
sure if Ronky's not wrong. Because my hit points are 11, which means 5.5
6.
cripples this arm. So 5.
Right,
And
but
you
there's
did 18.
Oh,
So it's automatically permanently crippled.
yes.
It may not have been blown off, but it's automatically permanently crippled. No health roll to recover.
And I get to make a death check, which I barely survived. Okay, so now I also need to make another major wound since that was a crippling. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Well, you're looking very angrily at them.
Well, I'm not. I just got
Let's
one
see.
of my arms.
Don't
nearly
go to the
blown off
light.
And got shot in the neck.
All right, so
Yeah, he's like on the ground going, ah!
let's see. So I am going to move some guys over here to take a bead on Tilly, but they have got to acquire their target. So she has a moment of reprieve. Manny, your turn. God help you.
I'm going
All
to
right.
take aim at 1. What's the range penalty?
Huh? No. Their turn to shoot you.
Oh, okay.
So you've got 6 as well. Which one did I do? Yeah. No, wrong one.
Partial
Follow
cover.
up. The hell was that? Just threw a. Oh, right, cover. Glad you brought that up. Actually, so instead of doing the cover penalty, what I'm going to do is shoot through the do random location.
Yep, I'm definitely toast. Bleeding rolls at the neck.
And only one of
-2,
them's going to hit.
and it's every 30 seconds. I'm calling shenanigans on the GM.
All right. So Manny's got 1 to dodge.
What's the hit location on this one?
Well, you dodge first. We don't roll hit location until it actually lands.
Well, it depends if the cover's going to protect me or not.
Well, you don't know that.
Alright, so Manny will take some extra effort.
which for some stupid reason I completely forgot about.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Which will succeed.
Wouldn't have mattered.
All right. Then Manny manages to get out of the way before that one blows the crap out of the windowsill. Showers spark or splinters everywhere. All right, who's next? Doc is still below. Al is running.
What is their range penalty?
Hang on that.
Just so I can pre-set up my roll.
Yeah. All right, I got 6 on Al.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Crap. Forgot some. That's 5 years, so that's by 3. I think that's 2. Yeah. That'll be 2 hits instead. All right, you're doing a full move. You still got the ability to dodge.
All right, I'll do extra effort as well.
Seems reasonable at this point. Holy crap. He throws his hands up and the bullets go away. You guys survive another round, mostly. All right, so to Ronky's question, the range is between 40 and 50 yards, so it's -8. And just so you are aware, they are half exposed. So, and something that Yuli will think of as soon as this starts happening is they're in a trench, or multiple trenches probably.
Oh, he ain't even thinking about that.
Well, it's not something he's consciously thinking about, but subconsciously, this is exactly like a wartime trench situation. He's very familiar with the situation. So they're in a trench, half exposed, so -2 for that. And because they are at ground level, they're concealed by the tall grass, so that's another -2. So overall, target mods are -12. Now that's for you guys to be a little bit extra for Al. Okay, and that was my go. And Yuli's up, and he's not having a good day.
Well, he is not stunned, but he's not going to be able to do very much. Right. So if I try to do anything, first I have to make a consciousness roll, and I succeeded at that. So he is crap. Not much he can do. Wobble towards cover as much as he can, I guess.
All right, Tilly.
Okay, so is she actually all the way out of the hole, or is she literally
Yeah,
just
she
at the
is.
top? Okay.
She's at the top and very, very vulnerable right now.
All right. So where's the nearest? Like, is that the door like right above her?
That is the door, yeah.
All right. So she is going to try to assist Yuli to get him in the door as quickly as possible.
He's below the thing. He's not on the.
Well, it's like you just have to kind of move around to those stairs, right?
Kinda, yeah. So I guess what probably sounds like is you kind of hop up over there and kind of grab Yuli and start trying to drag him toward the door-ish. Sound right?
Well, it's like we have full move, right?
Yeah.
So there's enough move to get through the door, right?
They don't have full move.
Right,
Oh,
but
that's right.
you'd have to actually grab him and then start dragging and yada yada yada. So
Okay. Well, she will try to do that. She'll hop up and try to drag him into the church.
This is awesome because that means
Okay.
any of them that shoot at her have to shoot through me first.
And she'll make a little clip say, "Huh, Mom always said I'd have to drag a man to church."
all right, we'll run an owl.
Full out running out.
You could potentially go ahead and get the sprint bonus on this one. It's level enough.
Well, can Doc? I mean, I was right behind Tilly.
Yeah.
Anyways, can I help her bring Ulysses in?
Uh,
I think y'all are gonna get shot. You're not careful.
I'm trying to
You're
see where she's
probably
at.
Doc's probably gonna look
Well-
at Ulysses and say, "Yeah, he's done."
okay, so Doc, you're still down in the hole. Now you're at the top of the hole. You can see Ulysses' feet there, and you could see Tilly jump past you up onto the porch, and looks like she's grabbing for Yuli to try to pull him in.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna try. If if it's gonna take her 2 rounds and I can help her do it in one or something like that.
What are you thinking? Just try to grab him by the feet and haul up?
I'm
or
not worried
something?
about him bumping his head or anything. Are you down? Are you prone?
He is not.
I mean, like, am I close enough? I'm just gonna like jump out there, grab him as best as I could, help Tilly, and like shove him, throw ourselves
Okay.
back down into the cellar. Like, I'm not worried
So
about anybody
okay, so
getting
you
buffed.
jump out of the cellar, probably crouched, and you grab him by the feet or whatever and haul him up while Tilly's trying to drag him by the scruff. That sound right?
If that makes sense, then yes. If that sounds logical.
Near enough? Okay. We'll go with that. Okay, so yeah, that means you are out of the hole.
All right. Manny's
What's the
attention will be momentarily caught as he spots the crow in the rafters of the church, and then he turns to aim at a dude.
No crows.
I reckon there's a crow.
There's not a crow. So you need to acquire a target first. So go ahead and make a perception check.
Any bonuses because of gun smoke and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, so you can roll open. Okay. If you make it by 5+, I'll say you have acquired the target enough that you could actually shoot this round. So given that you missed or did not quite get to 5, you have acquired a target. You can aim at him next time.
All right. Well, if I've acquired the target, I will poke myself back behind the cover, ready to pop out next turn.
All right. Not much left left of the posse at this point. Really nothing left of the posse except for Enoch, who is actually going to grab Ulysses by the foot and try to help shove him with his one good arm. He is very determined. And here comes the pain. All right, so we've got a slightly different situation. Manny has gone inside, but he's still got shooters on him. Doc is going to get some shooters.
Nope, they're going to hit me instead.
And that means everybody's got a full house.
Who's got the extra 3?
They are attempting to acquire more targets and failing to do so. I'm kind of wondering if, not quite yet, whether Al has extra building cover at this point. Okay, so Manny is currently the only guy that's inside the building, and everybody else is like piled up right there. So, yeah, this is going to get ugly. All right. So I got 6 shooters apiece. And we're still doing follow-ups here. So we got that, and we will start at the bottom with Ulysses.
This will be great.
Sayonara. Man, that was a shitty roll.
That was a shitty roll.
You could still conceivably dodge.
Let's see. Feverish gives me +2.
Indeed.
Woohoo! That puts it up to a whopping 7. Which I made.
Which he will
by
make.
2.
Okay.
Wow, I didn't need the feverish for that.
He wiggles a little bit and it slides right past him. Good for you.
Unless the GM remembers that he has the we all have bad luck and goes, no.
He
you
hasn't
take it."
forgotten. All right. Now, Tilly, actually, those guys have acquired the target and aimed, so they are getting full aim at this point. And here comes. That could have been better. 2 hits, though. All right. Duck.
Okay. I'm going to try.
So since she's grabbed me, if she she succeeds, then do I need to make another test to potentially take them?
No.
Not that I'm trying to kill myself, but I think it would be funny if I just got lit the hell up.
Now, does that one for exhaustion, does that apply to dodge rolls?
No, that's
Because
No,
were-
that's just you have fewer fatigue points, so for
Okay,
the using for extra effort and that sort of thing.
gotcha. Hey,
Look at that. And that's good for 2 shots. You live another round. Oh, were you trying to sacrifice dodge?
maybe.
stop that.
Quit trying to sacrifice yourself. All right, Manny. So you actually pop behind the cover?
Yeah, so he's fully concealed, which means he won't get a dodge either.
This is true. So we will do that and that. Still got 6 shooters, though. Wow. That should have hit, but it's capped at 9. You have a lot of extra holes opening up in the wall next to you. All right, Doc, your turn. Let's see, they're gonna get full aim on you. Actually, no, you just popped out. They're having to acquire you. All right, you get a reprieve, Doc. All right, Al. Follow up. Here you come.
Okay.
Only one.
Where are they shooting from? I don't see them on the map anyways.
They're off the map. So, just since you asked, they're basically all directly to the west here in sort of an L shape, like an arrowhead. But they're about 50 yards out, so they're like another map or two. 40 to 50. Uh-oh. And you feverish and everything.
Welcome to the pain.
All right, here you go. You're ready to face plant. Well,
That can
that's
hurt
not
a
going to be
bit.
great. That's kind of a weak ass roll. All right, 8 points becomes 12. Oh, that's an artery.
Ah!
Yeah, I can't remember if piercing gets the addition on limbs. I know impaling doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
No, not unless it's no, it wouldn't, because even if it was large piercing, it would still be a ×1
Yeah,
instead of a
so
×2.
that's better, I guess. Okay, but so you're gonna have a crippled arm there, and that is a vein hit, so you're probably gonna bleed out.
Oh, that was me?
No, that's Al.
Oh,
All right, he stays upright though.
they're shooting like 50 yards away with pistols
Rifles.
because it says 6 shooters.
No, 6 shooters, 6 of them, separate people.
Oh, I see.
Okay, that was all of you guys. Okay, and I don't have any more posse members to shoot at other than the PCs. Well, I suppose I could shoot at Enoch, but he's down. Okay, so moving on.
But they're not getting an aim shot every round, are they?
Not full aim, no. They're getting a follow-up.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess we're in.
Ah, okay. So Yuli's kind of jumping in with them together.
Well, they're dragging, pushing, pulling me. So it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you guys all collapse into the door.
Yep.
All right, well, we'll put you inside. Flop. All right, Al. A few more steps and you might be out of the kill zone.
All right.
Well, is
All right.
Tilly?
So
I mean, I'm probably in the cellar, right?
no, you were out of the cellar. You were grabbing one end of Yuli while Tilly had the other end. So those two went through the door. You're kind of shoveling him in with them. So
Well, they
I
couldn't have
don't.
gone in without me because I was between them and the cellar, right? Pulling them in.
No, they're going into the church.
Oh, they went into the church.
Yeah, not the cellar. Okay, that explains why you were having trouble.
Well, I guess I could do a run move and dive through the door
Yeah.
if that's where everybody's going. 1, 2,
Kind of follow
dive,
along. Yeah, fair enough. Doesn't have to be pretty.
and probably end up being prone.
Yeah, probably.
So that's my action.
All right. Well, that'll change things a little. Damn it. Sorry.
So, with the follow-up, since they've no longer had sight on me, does their follow-up still count? Or do they need to reacquire?
Well, they were aiming at you. You went behind the wall. They were aiming where they thought you were, and they had -10 to hit you effectively. So, they can still keep shooting at that spot and still have follow-up, I presume.
All right.
But they're still going to be capped at 9.
Manny, he will crouch and move.
Okay, there are pews in here. They're in a bit of a state.
If he can go over the pews, he will. Otherwise, that's where he is now.
Okay. Well, if you're crawling, you can only go like 1 or 2 at a time.
Well, he's not crawling, he's crouching.
Okay, well, I think it's half move for crouching then.
Well, that would be the same as crawling then.
In some cases. Okay, well, that's changed things a little. All the targets are internal at this point. Yeah, for the most part. I suppose Ulysses is exposed in this case.
Yep, in the door.
As are parts of others. So I guess the pain continues in some form. Let's see. And I'm thinking Al is probably out of view at this point. So I think we're going to repurpose these guys.
All right, so for the record and people listening to the stream, crouching is 2/3 movement.
Right. That's what I thought.
Crawling is 1/3.
Okay. So what's going to happen at this point is the guys that were shooting at Manny are still shooting where they thought he was. And a bunch of these other guys are just going to start shooting randomly into the walls. Just in case. And Al gets a break. Everybody, so Doc and Tilly will still get shot at, but they are behind the walls, so they'll get the benefit of that. And Ulysses is exposed a bit. Yeah. So we'll start with Yuli. You are. I am going to actually give you that and that. So you'll get a little extra. And here he comes. That was a shitty roll. They have failed to kill you.
Ha! I laugh in their general direction.
Tilly, you get follow-up. You get, I'm going to call that, yeah, we'll call it that. And roll the right one. That is 1 hit. Nope, that is no hits. That was capped at 9. Lucky. Sort of. All right, Doc, you're up. Let's see. Oh, no, Manny first. Well, they can't see Manny, so they're not shooting directly at him. Doc, you are... But
Well,
they
they
can see
probably
you,
can't see me either. I don't know.
so you get that credit. And
And
here
then
we
I'm
go.
prone.
Oh, right, prone. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. They missed you anyway. Well, that was disappointing. I didn't hit anybody. Well, here's one for Manny. Not quite. All right, you survive another round.
I'm wondering, strategy-wise, I'm talking out loud. My character is
Uh-huh.
they might have to reload at some point unless they got spare rifles. We could try to sneak out the back. I don't know where our horses are at. They're probably on the side. They're probably dead. I don't know.
Well, so in that regard, you are guessing that these are probably lever action rifles. They probably got between a dozen and 20 rounds, so more likely 15. And you will also note that it sounds kind of like they're taking a little extra time between shots. So they're being somewhat conservative, which means they're going to last about 15 seconds total, probably. They might slow down a little bit, seeing as everybody's gone inside the church.
Yeah. So we need to use one of the chairs, any kind of furniture as additional cover between the wall and ourselves. Doc's gonna try to do first aid. It looks like Ulysses is the worst case.
So far that you can see, yeah. All right, what did Ulysses do? You're missing the button. Talk button. Com issues. Okay, carry on. Telly, what are you doing?
All right. She's going to huddle at the corner by either a window or a door, see if she can get eyes on where these people are. Like just kind of pop out, look, and
Okay.
then pop back in.
Looks like you'd probably do best over there then. That'll be your window. All right, so I'll consider that a chance to acquire a target, so you can go ahead and roll perception.
Okay, she has acute vision 1. So I guess that's a +1.
That will count.
Success by 1.
There you go. You have acquired a target. You can kill him next round.
Yay.
Maybe the first one that actually happens to.
Okay, Al's gonna continue to run to the church.
That way they can't shoot you.
Yeah. Well, there's that door, and then there's the front door over here, and that's pretty much it. Oh, that's right. There is
That
one
door.
there, isn't there? I did not even see that. I would say that Al was aware of that. He was circling around that side of the building. Very well. Doc,
Test, test,
okay.
test.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, my freaking gamepad stopped working for some reason.
Yuli staggered over toward the in the direction of
To
the
the
pulpit,
pulpit,
looks
yeah.
like.
Yeah, he shut the door and then staggered over there. He's just about ready to pass out at any point.
You having comm issues now?
All right, so Yuli's conscious, right?
Yeah.
You're still okay.
Barely.
Barely.
I mean, I want to get us. Okay, I see where we're at. What's your move? Are you like like one move at a time, or can we get behind? Do we have enough movement points to get behind cover, like additional cover, like a chair, like one of the desks? I mean, one of the benches,
Use.
I have
Yeah,
a move
so
of
the
3
pews.
right now.
the two of
Too
you
far
can
away.
probably get over there in a couple of rounds and get behind extra cover.
And that is presuming that I don't pass out before then, because it's
Which you
like
might.
I'm past the death check, so I could just pass out at any point.
Okay, so Doc would know that, so he's gonna scrap that. I'm looking at the map. Pretty much that's what's around us, right? In terms of
Yeah, more or less.
furniture. Because I feel like we're sort of in the line of fire from the door,
Which is closed,
closed, so they don't see us, but they can like
but
shoot
it's also super
in
crappy
that direction.
door. I can shoot right through it.
Yep. I guess the best that I can do is maybe have you move like one or two hexes with me, just kind of
Keep
out
out
of
of the
line of
way.
sight to a corner. Not line of, line of sight from the door.
Uh-huh.
And then he will begin doing first aid.
I believe that takes a minute
Gosh,
for bandaging.
yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to do.
Okay, so you'll be there a bit.
I think we're gonna have to. I mean, if there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us against however many of them, there's no way we're gonna be able to take them out. But if we stay behind cover, they might be forced to come to us. That's kind of my thought.
All right. Well, if Yuli is non-resistant, I'll allow you to sort of grab him on the way and let him stumble out of the line
Yeah.
of fire of the
He
door
already
at least.
moved. When he
I know,
closed the
but
door, he moved back.
yeah, I'm kind of seeing this as sort of simultaneous. You're in the process of moving toward the pulpit. He kind of grabbed you on the way and redirected a little. It's a bit of a hand wave, but a reasonable one, I think.
It will take me a minute, of course. If we, if I have to stop at some point and, defend ourselves, like that's what we'll do. But
Okay.
he doesn't see it as an option to like try to take pot shots at the bad guys from where he's at.
Fair enough.
All right.
Okay. Many.
moving there, and Manny's going to start lifting up that pew so it will provide extra cover at the window.
Okay. Scooching it over.
Yeah.
All right. That'll do. They, at this point, are continuing to put rounds into the building. However, they are no longer able to see anybody, and they're kind of just guessing. So, I'll give you one of these each. And we'll
I want a
start.
3.
Except Al. Al's still outside and is out of the view.
I want a 3.
All right. So, we'll start with Tilly then, coming from the left. Holy shit. No. Oh, just
That's a
missed by one.
6.
A bullet embedded in the wall right over your head.
Fabulous.
All right, Doc. That's a no. Manny. That's a no. And you.
Come on, I want my 3. That's lame.
That looks like a no. All right. Nobody gets shrapnel this round. All right. So we are sort of moving into an interim mode momentarily. Tilly will be able to pop her head out and take a couple of shots if she likes.
She would very much like to.
Holy shit!
I am
That was-
absolutely not
That was
ever
not the
falling
shot.
unconscious. Never.
You become undying.
Not yet. Okay. So Tilly, the mods were -12 total.
Okay. And that's including the pop-up too,
That is
right?
not including the pop-up. That's just range and sighting conditions.
Yikes.
So if you want to aim, you are going to have to expose yourself for a second to do that.
So basically that would put her to -14. Her skill is a 16, so it really would not be possible for her to succeed.
It's
at
still
all.
a critical success. You rolled a natural 4.
No, that was Yuli rolling
That
his
was me.
health.
Oh, no. Okay.
Yeah, that might be pushing it.
So she'll kind of evaluate it and be like, nope, there is absolutely no way this is going to happen. So she'll just
Especially
kind
with
of
the
stay in
bullets
cover.
coming through.
Yeah. So she'll just stay under cover for now.
Yeah, FYI, I gave the planking on this building DR of 3, which is actually a little optimistic. So you guys are not you're not home free. Okay. Oh, actually. Oh, yeah, that's how I did that. So I'm gonna say a few seconds have passed. There's been a little bit of time, and Tilly was trying to get a shot out the window while Doc is working on Yuli, and Manny is taking up his own position at the window. So you've got your pew positioned about like you want it. It's going to help you about as much as it's gonna, and that's about it. And you can basically start trying to return fire. You will be in the process of doing that when you hear a crash coming from this general direction.
Is it a DeLorean?
It's not a DeLorean.
Is
It
it
should be.
Cthulhu?
It's not Cthulhu, which, is something.
What's that?
Ignore that.
It can't be unseen.
Damn it, that didn't work.
I missed it
Why didn't
because I
that
was
work?
zoomed in.
Is that how that? Damn it. Okay, this stupid program is fighting me. You're supposed to pick that up. What the hell?
It's happening again. Holes are opening up outside.
God damn it. I checked this out. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. New plan. Just use that one. Fuck you. Okay, well, anyway, fire. That was going to be far more impressive, but never mind. Whatever. They have thrown a Molotov into the building.
$50 out.
No. No, somebody ran up.
Do we get a chance to shoot the bottle as they're running up? That would be cool as
No,
fuck.
unfortunately, you guys can only cover so much from those two windows. All right, so Yulia attempts to
Barely
remain
clinging to
conscious.
consciousness.
You don't have to make rolls if you're doing nothing, though.
That's true.
Oh, well, that depends on what I was planning on doing.
That's also true.
Right. So Doc is there sitting there trying to do something like, yeah, I don't know if that's going to be enough.
Well, I can't shoot the fire.
Well, you can.
It wouldn't do anything though.
Probably not.
How big? I mean, is it like literally that big, or is it just starting out?
That's probably about right. It's just starting out.
Okay. So it's not something that she could actually put out if she could run and find a blanket or something in the next room.
I mean, maybe.
There's
Okay,
a carpet on the floor by the front
Well,
door.
now there were blankets and stuff in here.
Holy water.
They had dead people under them.
Did anybody see the person that threw it?
No, he came from that angle, and those two were looking out those windows to the side, so they weren't going to get an angle on that.
all right. Well, she's going to grab a blanket and run over and start running over to see if she can swat it out.
Okay, that will take a little bit to process.
Probably about, because she's got to find a blanket, got to get it, and then get over there. So probably like 3 or 4 rounds at the very minimum.
Roughly how many turns of combat have we endured so far? Because they must be getting close to having to reload.
The shooting has decreased somewhat. Oh yeah, that's right. Al was running outside. He's inside now.
Yeah, Al's
Al is
going to run
inside.
inside.
He's got a pretty bad injury.
He can probably make it to the door.
No, we've had a few extra rounds, so you can actually be inside by that point.
Well, I'm continuing to provide first aid as long as my patient is cooperating.
Very
Honestly,
well.
I suspect your patient's probably passed out, even though I haven't made the roll.
I look over at the fire. I see Tilly's handling it. At this point, not much I can do. So I continue to concentrate.
Has Manny had a chance to take aim at a target?
Tell you what, let's change. I don't know. We'll call that 10. And you're all set up. So you do have a fire next to you, but other than that, you're good to go.
So does he have to aim this round, or has he had at least a turn of aiming?
Okay, so if you are aiming, then you will be exposed.
Well, he'll be aiming from cover as best as he can, though.
Okay. All right. If you are aiming, then I will shoot at
Wait
you.
a sec. Pop up. It's -2.
Yeah, but you can't aim with a pop-up.
Yeah, so -2, and then the range was -8. Nah, the odds are too shit. Yeah, he'll take a turn at aim.
All right. So you're doing that then. Then I am going to go ahead and take a shot at you. Come on. There you go. All right. Actually, take that back. They're going to aim. Because they're not that great. All right, so we're back to combat turns since we're taking shots.
Like I said, simply based on the level of his injuries, I suspect Ulysses is probably passed out.
So has Manny.
Bleeding rather profusely from the neck and from the mangled arm.
All right, Tilly's got a blanket, I suppose, at this point. She can either return fire or put out fire.
She will try to put out fire.
All right, start heading that way.
Okay.
Al will move towards a window to start firing.
All right, Al was hit in a vein, if I recall correctly.
I believe so.
Which means what exactly? Veins and arteries. Bleeding rolls are much. Okay. Make bleeding rolls every 30 seconds. Okay, so he's going to be a bit before he needs to actually make the roll. All right, carry on. You see, well, you can see the windows. All right, Doc is still working. Assume Doc is still working.
Yeah, sorry. Like I said, unless something changes where, he's in immediate danger or an opportunity presents itself, he's going to continue to do first aid.
Right.
I'm not sure if there's any specific rules for this, but Manny's had a turn of aim. He would like to shoot and scoot.
There is nothing stopping you from moving. You can normally take a step with an aim, so there's no reason you can't take that step after.
Well, he wants to pull the trigger and run.
I'm sorry, attack. You can still step and attack. Oh, well, if you run, that's still going to be a move and attack.
Right, so it's the bulk, but he wants to shoot before he moves.
Yeah, that is weird. I
Still
think
move and attack.
aim only works for certain maneuvers.
Well, he's had a turn of aiming.
That is an interesting question. Stand by 1 second. Aim. If you follow an aim maneuver with an attack or all-out attack with the same weapon against the same target, yada, yada, yada. Yeah, it is restricted. Okay, so you cannot follow an aim with a move and attack and get the aim bonus.
Yeah, but I'm saying logically, I'm firing then running.
Well, like I said, you can take a step afterward. You can start moving that way.
Right. I will shoot and take a step.
Yeah, and you've got some leeway with the pews there since you moved those around for cover.
So it's going to be a -5.
Yeah, sounds rightish. Well, sounds like a 1. All right. That was about as wimpy as you can get. Let's see. You took the cover, so that means you are going to hit torso, which is going to bump that up to 5, 6, 7. And that is going to put at least one guy down. He may not be dead or anything, but he's not going to play along anymore. So good job. And then you take your step. And are you actually in the process of running somewhere?
Yes,
Where are you headed?
another window.
Ah, okay. Alternate position. Gotcha. Carry on then. All right. You're going to get shot at, but you're no longer at the window. Let's see how we do. That. And that. And that. Here we go. Holy shit. That's 2 hits. And that actually made the cap.
Is it 2 hits? Because capped at 9
That's
with recoil.
Does that work that way?
Well, the skill
I
capped at
guess
9,
it
so
would.
it should.
So rolled an 8, caps 9. Yeah, that would just be 1 hit.
Well, that's going to hit automatically because I'm not at the window.
That's true. Okay, well, then hit location.
Head.
That would be funny.
Ooh,
That could also be funny.
you were an adventurer until you took a bullet to the knee.
All right, here you go.
Did they get range on that?
Yeah. Well, that was a crappy roll, so -3 for the DR. So
How did that?
that's...
Are you sure it had range?
Yeah, I did.
Because range would be -12.
I've pre-calculated all that stuff.
Okay.
All right. Well, you took a hit to the knee, and I'm betting that probably took it out.
It
It comes
has.
back to 9 points again.
Well, that doesn't apply to
6 points
extremities.
because of blow through.
Yeah. PI plus.
That doesn't apply to extremities. Okay, but either way. Okay.
Shock penalty shakes it off.
I think that puts you on the ground, though.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So that's that. And I am going to do this. Did you see that?
Nope.
The fire has spread. Tilly saw that.
Yep, she did.
You may need more blankets.
She'll move and attack the fire.
Now I can see the fire spread. You have to go back into play mode for it to update.
Oh. That makes sense, actually. So noted.
So yeah, attacking the fire.
Okay, she attacks the fire. I noted that down. Where is that? And I really should have put that in as a note so we can refer to it later. Okay. Put out fires if they aren't doing anything else. Each person can fight a maximum fire at one time. Roll 6 or less on 3D to put out a fire manually. Unroll allowed every 10 seconds. So it'll take you 10 seconds to put out one of those fires, and you put it out on a roll of 6. So not great odds.
Nope.
Al
All right,
will
Al.
move towards the window.
I don't think he can actually use his rifle right now because you were crippled in the shoulder.
That's true. He is one-armed.
Granted, it looks like it was the left shoulder, so he could probably just drop the rifle there and not use the left arm. You know, brace the rifle.
Uh-huh. You can prop it on the window. All right. Doc still working?
Yeah, but how much time has gone by?
Just
Am
a
I
couple more
am I
seconds.
halfway? How much?
No. We're only like 10 seconds in-ish from when you
Oh,
started.
you're still
so-
going. You're still doing round by round.
Well, we're back to round by round
Because Manny's shooting at people.
because people are shooting at people.
Oh no, that's okay.
So,
All right.
yeah, you still got quite a while before you get to your 1 minute.
So CZ.
Manny will prop himself up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the same window you were at. Are you just stopping there?
Well, no longer at the window.
Okay. You're just repositioning at the same window, not positioning to a new window.
Well, I'm changing posture because I went prone.
Right. Okay.
Which reminds me, should they have got their accuracy because I wasn't in the hex that they were aiming at?
Yes, partially. Why would you ask me that like 2 seconds later?
Because I just thought of it now.
Okay. So Manny is repositioning, and we're moving on. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is
See, I have to keep track of when we hit 30 seconds because I have to make 2 bleeding checks.
draw some more fire. All right. I'm gonna say these guys are probably still gonna fire blind at where they think Manny is. And that means there's potential for somebody to get hit. So not today. All right, carry on.
Unconscious.
Okay.
That fire
So,
is moving pretty quickly.
yeah. So Tilly starts to give it a good effort, but she knows that this building is about to be torched. So she'll yell out that we're going to have to get out of here pretty quick. Not sure who our tactics person is, but
He's unconscious.
yay.
And very badly injured.
They're
Yeah, I don't
running
see
on
us.
pure adrenaline.
I don't see us getting out of this alive. I mean, we could try to run out the back, but if we don't have access to our horses, they're just gonna run us down.
What is this run out the back thing you're talking about?
Well, isn't there? There's a front door and a back door, and they're shooting at us from one side.
Yeah. What's this run thing you're talking about?
Oh, exactly. No, exactly. I mean, even if we abandon the wounded, they're just gonna chase us down and kill us.
Do it.
Not that he would ever do that.
All right, Al.
Al's gonna keep moving to the window.
He's going to get there and decide what to do when he gets there. Doc's still working. All right, Manny. Yeah, I forgot you got kneecap. That's why you stopped running.
So, did they get their accuracy? Because I wasn't in the same hex, because that might have meant they missed entirely.
Well, it was still capped at 9 regardless.
Yeah, but they were rolling on an 11, minus their accuracy, they would have missed.
I've calculated all that stuff ahead of time.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll stand and aim out the window the best I can.
Okay. So, all right. So you're propping up on something and attempting to acquire a target.
Yep.
I'll give you your perception check at least. And your knee really hurts. All right. Good enough. Okay. So you have made your perception check by enough that I would allow you to, well, no, you had to do a change posture to get there. So yeah. Okay, but you have acquired a target.
Right. Then
All
I'm
right.
aiming.
They don't have you at this point, so they don't have anything to shoot at. They are going to conserve ammo for the time being. However, for starters, we are going to do this. And also, okay, you hear a crash at the front door.
Is it
There's
a
little
DeLorean?
flickery lights. There's little flickery lights coming out from around the front door. It's very orange and fire-like. Also stands to reason why they might be easing off on the fire or on the shooting, seeing as there may be people running up with Molotovs.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Tilly's going to put down the blanket and say, "We've got to go. This building is about to go up in flames."
Still headed for the window?
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to take a knee and put the rifle on the window ledge.
Gotcha. All right, I will give you your perception roll. You want to acquire a target. You did not acquire a target. All right, Doc's still working?
Oh my God.
Or is he thinking about it, plan B?
The only plan B that I could think of is surrender. Lift, unless, I mean, what do I know about these guys? Have they ever taken hostages?
Well, they've taken hostages. They're not known for restraint, though. And they've made it pretty plain that they've got it in for people in Babylon. So I don't think Doc would be realistically expecting mercy.
Yeah. And we don't have anything that may be of value to them in exchange for our lives.
Probably
They
not.
can. Well, I mean, based on his personality and traits and all that, he's not gonna. I don't know. He can't abandon Ulysses. I think he'll go down fighting. I mean, I see Al still out there looking to shoot. Tilly's trying to get the fire out. Manny's at the window, right, as well.
Yeah, well, Tilly's basically given up on the fire.
And there's another Molotov at the door.
And you know Manny got shot just a minute ago, so he's taken one in the knee. And yeah, there's more fire at the door.
This is like what's that famous fight? Davy Crockett. I don't know.
Alamo.
Alamo.
It is a
Yeah.
bit Alamo-like in certain respects.
Well, maybe I should have done this before, but I think my character would have still tried to heal Ulysses. He's like, I'm sorry, man. And he's gonna have to take up arms.
All right. You're repurposing.
Yeah. I know strategically or like character-wise, probably, mechanically wise, probably would have made sense, but I don't think he would have done it as a character. So he's gonna run, or not run, but go to the nearest window that he can look out of. Is that the one next to Al?
Yeah, Al's windows. Of course, Al's got his rifle propped up in the window, so you're probably not going to be able to make room. Now you got the door there, which you could potentially poke something out.
I mean, how big are these windows? I mean, they're not like 3 feet wide or something like that.
They're not that big. I mean, yeah, it's probably 2.5 feet wide, but I mean, you'd be squeezing Al. I mean, you could shoot over his shoulder or something. He is kneeling.
You don't want to squeeze Al.
Al doesn't like to be squeezed. Up to you whether you consider that to be too occupied for you to use.
I got the door, right? Let's see.
Yeah, the door's there.
And who's Enoch Kimball?
That was the ranch owner.
He's on the ground. Okay. All right. How about I do this? I'm crouched.
Uh-huh.
And he's gonna peek the door open just enough to look. So he's got line of sight towards like the southwest, or whichever. Is that the way the door is open? I'm sure. Yeah, southwest.
Yeah, I think so.
Opens out. Left
Okay.
to right.
If you do that, I'll give you your perception to see if you can acquire a target.
In the box?
Open's fine.
Success by 4.
Damn. Decent one. All right. You will see another guy coming with a Molotov. He is out that way.
How far away is he?
Let's see. Hang on just a minute. And this is what I get for not having those things handy. Let's go here. So you got a little bit of distance. All right, so you spotted him, and he does have a Molotov in his hand. It's not lit.
I'm trying to get the range. Is that let me see.
We got 27 yards.
7. Okay. So is this still my round? Like,
No, that's
I can't aim. I can't move and attack. All right.
Taking the shot, then moving again.
So he's gonna yell out, "Guy with the Molotov's coming up by you, Manny."
Was this one of the guys that Manny saw?
No, that's a bad angle for you. No, you acquired a target last time. Did you aim?
Is it a separate turn to aim?
Yeah, you did a change position last time.
Right, but I was just standing up, so you still get the move and attack.
Well, you're coming from prone.
No, I got to kneeling first, and then kneeling to standing.
I missed a spot in there, but okay. Okay, well, if all you did was stand, then you're good to have aimed then.
Alright, well, take this shot. Just one shot and then scooting.
Okay. You are lame, by the way.
We've been saying that for years.
So I think that's
Half move, probably.
Crippled legs. -3 to use any skill that requires the use of your legs, including all melee, weapon, and unarmed combat skills, but not ranged. Must reduce move to half your basic speed. And that's it. So it doesn't say you have any trouble standing or walking in general. You're just slow. Carry on. Once again with the weak ass shot. Okay, so you had acquired a target, you had hit it, and yeah.
the beginning of
so take
CMS.
9 points. Yeah. He is that's gonna take the wind out of him. Effective removal. Good job. All right, well, they are going to acquire your target. They're also going to acquire Al's target. They are probably not going to acquire Doc, though. Okay, so some of you are getting aimed at. And let's add a little fire scarecrow. Let's see, which way do we want to go? We'll go this way. Like so. The fire continues to spread. Shots are being lined up. Tilly, apparently nobody wants to leave.
Apparently not. So she will move.
So she could leave.
Well, Manny's leaving. He just had his shot first.
He is facing out somewhere. Actually, which direction are you planning to go?
Back door.
The through the parsonage?
This door.
Assume so.
All right. So Tilly is going to move over to the other building and she's going to like peek out the window. And she's not over there yet, but next turn, if she gets there, she's going to peek out the window and see if the
Gotcha.
way is clear.
All right, Al.
Okay. So
you
Al,
attempted to acquire a target last round and you failed to do so.
right, and Al is like kneeling with the rifle braced.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see nobody.
Nope. Well, you failed to see one last time. Try again. And that can be open. There you go. You have acquired a target.
Okay, well then I will aim at said target.
All right, Doc.
All right. He. I was looking at when I do an all-out attack, I could only move forward
Mm-hmm.
for movement, right?
Right.
Um, But it would be a free action to drop prone, right?
I believe that's true.
Well, he's just going to be risky a little bit. He's going to do just a regular. Crap, I don't know. He doesn't want to do all out attack. He's going to do an attack. No aim, just fire.
Okay.
And then drop prone afterwards. And then on his next round, he's going to try to like scooch back.
So you're like
He's
falling out the door.
Not out the door, inside. Because he's only
Oh,
got
okay.
the door open. He's only has the door open like a couple of inches.
Right. So you're gonna fire and then drop prone behind the door, away from the door.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Because I
Carry
can
on.
move technically one hex. Okay, so yeah, basically, so the range is still 27, right?
Right.
So -7.
Now remember, you get rate of fire for all the pellets.
Yeah, he's just gonna do bam, bam, 2 shots. So that's 14 pellets.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Is it 2?
It's rate of fire is 2, and then 7 pellets each.
Huh. That's a surprise. I
And
thought that was
then,
single action.
oh, I didn't put the range. I just put range 27 yards is -7. And then I think that's pretty much it, right? Range, rate of fire.
Right. So yeah, rate of fire. If it's 14, I think that's +5.
+2. Oh, is it 14? That's right. Actually, I think it's a +3 then.
No, I think it's more than that.
13 to 16. I messed up. Sorry, I had this ready.
Yeah,
+3.
13 to 6. Oh, no, you're right. Yeah, that is +3. I thought that was more than that. Carry on.
Let me just, how do I clear my thing again? Let me see.
Oh, are
Okay,
you
so
actually using the sheet?
And click the dots or
not-
just drag everything that's in there out.
and I'm not sure how the recoil works on that. Is it still one recoil?
Yeah.
I don't know if I did this right, but let's see.
Yeah. that's
7.
right.
I rolled a 7. So I have an 18 skill minus
Yeah, that was a pretty good hit.
all that. So 8 hits potentially at 1d
All right.
damage
Well,
each.
he didn't see it coming, so he's not going to get a dodge on that. I guess if you roll location, this is probably close enough range. It's probably all going to hit the same location. It's not going to spread that much, but or where you going, center mass?
I was just going, I mean, I don't want to overcomplicate it, but
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
if
All
you
right.
want me to roll like just 8 die?
8 die. Ah.
I mean, if he's got armor, it's a 1d6, or, it would be,
Yeah, No, he
minus.
doesn't have any armor. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think he blew him in half. Well, good job.
And then he's going to drop prone on
Right.
the hex to the side.
Right. So if it comes down to you needing to dodge something, I'll consider that a dodge and drop prone, or whatever it's called. I forget. Carry on. All right. Good.
Just moving.
So, Manny's attempting to hobble away at this point. So if you're moving and Tilly's moving, that's basically going to come down to Doc and Al, what they're going to do. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and do the fire thing. Get that out of the way. Let's see. So Al is in the window. He has been aimed at. Now he will be attacked. May God have mercy on his soul. I am doing the no cover thing again. You will get the DR if it hits a location. And I think that's it. I guess that would still count. Okay, we'll do that. Give you a little bit of extra. That was kind of a shitty roll. All right, one it is.
Okay.
Did you all out? Yeah. Carry on. Negative on the dodge. Location is thighs, leg, which means you are going to get DR. A decent roll on the damage that time. So -3 is 9. 9 points to the thigh. Yeah. That's going to be a game ender. Right next to the one you got it in Hedom.
All right, I think that puts me at -7.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
from this point on, you are going to be making checks to stay conscious. You also will have fallen out of the window. Did you do the health check yet? No, you did not. But he's gonna stay standing. Well, sort of. He's gonna fall down, but he's gonna stay awake.
Okay, heading to the opposite window to check and see if there are bad guys on that side.
Right. All right. I will give you a perception check in that regard.
Success by 3.
Okay. You do not see any bad guys out that direction. Whether or not you trust your lion eyes is another matter.
She's confident. Her vision is good. So she'll announce it to the group that it coast seems to be clear in the other direction.
Okay.
Al's
do I
on the
make a-
floor.
Do I
Bleeding
make
some
a
more.
consciousness check now?
If you're going to do something other than lay there and bleed, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start crawling back the way I came.
All right. You fail. You are unconscious.
Welcome to unconsciousness.
This is not looking good. My God.
All right. Yeah, Doc, you see out of the corner of your eye, you see Al slump over down there trying to crawl away from the window.
I'm just
Um,
waiting for the round to hit 30 so I can roll my -9 health check for bleeding.
Well,
Yeah, you and Al both got hit pretty good.
posse group. Is there still somebody from the posse that's up?
No, not really. You got Kimball there in the corner who's probably still alive, but he's unconscious. He lost a leg and an arm.
Oh my god, I don't even know what to do.
Blaze of Glory time.
Well, he is going to. Can I go from prone? It's a change posture, right? To go from prone
Yeah.
to kneeling. I was just trying to avoid any like return fire, so I went prone.
Okay, well, you're not in the window at this point, so you're not going to be visible. You can get up. At this point, I think we're getting pretty close. Yeah. Ulysses isn't doing anything at this point. He's still conscious.
He's
I think
unconscious.
so.
No.
Is
No,
he unconscious now?
Yeah. I based off the amount of the damage and such like that, I just like made the presumption that he's gonna eventually slip unconscious.
Okay. Well, Manny and Tilly were making for the back door, and if Doc is moving at this point and not attacking, then we can sort of take out a combat rounds for a minute. So, what's your
minute.
plan?
My plan,
If you want to call it that.
yeah. Okay, how many bad guys were there? Could I make that deduction from the number of shots that were being fired and etc.?
Lots. I counted 33.
If you were military, or if the character were military, I'd say it's a platoon element, platoon size element.
I was not military, so
Yeah.
what would I say?
Dozens,
One
multiple
many
dozens.
lots.
Like hopeless odds. Like I
Not
don't have
great.
enough
No,
bullets to kill everybody, even
absolutely
if they were
not.
all lined up.
You've got 3 left. Well, 3 left in the shotgun.
What do I know about the terrain, the surrounding area? Is there any other place that we can?
The terrain is lumpy.
I feel like you
You
put in
could,
a situation where there's no way out of this.
well, yeah, that's true.
even if we run, they're gonna easily catch us.
Yeah, that's basically what it'd come down to. If you tried, you could potentially get to some sort of cover area. It's nice and lumpy terrain, so there are plenty of hills, small hills that you could get behind. But getting to them is the real trick, and getting out of this church is probably not going to happen.
In other words, the
But you
choo-choo
try.
train has arrived at the station.
Well, so Doc's gonna use a change posture. Does that have a step component? Well,
Well, don't
either
worry
way,
about the combat timing of that. What's the overall plan?
he's gonna peek out the door and wants to use an observation check to get another target.
Okay, so are you just going to start plinking at people?
I am.
Okay. What about the other two? Be Manny and Tilly.
Do we have... I'm assuming that this is our demise, right?
One might assume that, yeah.
So that we can repay the debt.
Indeed.
All right. So, do
Epic
we have some
tells
narrative
Tilly-
license?
He tells you guys like if you guys can like run away, I can try to hold them off. They won't know you run out the back as long as I
Yeah,
keep shooting.
I was thinking that was probably the best thing you could potentially do is to try to draw fire.
Manny is minus a knee, so he will not be running anywhere.
Not really, no.
So, do we have some narrative license in our demise?
Some
All right.
potentially.
Then Manny will finally get to the back door, and he'll be saying, "Come on, let's go." He will open the door, and there will be someone standing there, and filling with a shotgun.
All right. I will take that.
And
I
he'll
will
go
nix-
flying back.
And I will nix your bad luck. All right, so Tilly, you saw Manny going out that direction, and you heard the gunshot from that way, and that surprised you because you didn't see anybody out that direction.
Mm-hmm.
Doc, give me a guns roll. Sort of, let's see how generally he's shooting, or if he gets a jam.
Should I I have a weapon bond? Should I use that or just a straight up?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So
Okay.
roll the 9.
He shoots well, so chances are pretty good he's probably taken out a couple more, at the very least, in the process. All right, so we got 2 unconscious. Now, by this point, the fire has really gone on here, so we're probably talking... And the smoke in here is going to start getting untenable. And this is about the point when Manny gets blasted. All right. Tilly, you got any ideas? I think Doc's out of ammo in the shotgun.
Well, hold on. So I'm done, but I just want to say like I'll pick up Ulysses' gun and keep
Okay.
shooting as well. So I got a few more shots
That's fair.
there. Yeah.
Probably like, what the hell is this obsolete piece of crap?
Yeah, that's right. He had a Spencer. Yeah, that is a repeater, though. So at least there's probably a couple more rounds in there, at least.
I never got to make
Did
a
you not
shot.
fire?
So
Yeah,
no,
that's
I
right.
got shot before I could shoot anything.
What was the capacity on that? Was that like 5 or 6, something
7
like that?
plus 1.
Yeah. Okay, so Doc keeps shooting out the door, attracting attention. So let's do this and see. We'll give him one good run here. I'm going to give you that. So you're going to get hit at least 2 times in the process, through the door, probably. And I'm going to nix your dodge, so you have to take that abdomen
Oh,
hit.
they shot
that's
you in the
groin. Ew.
groin.
I didn't look at that before I said that.
No wonder
Damn.
he's going to come back angry.
That's not going to feel good. All right. Tilly, have anything?
Not really. I think what I'd like for her to do is have like a little quick draw gunshot with the guy who took out Manny, and
okay.
they wind up killing each other at the same time.
I can live with that. Okay. Doc, want a last hurrah?
I'm not sure what. So just like in the last action, I mean.
Yeah, if you wanna call your death.
I think then what I'll do is I'll save the last shot in the, what do you call it, a Spencer?
Yeah.
In Ulysses' rifle, his shotgun or his rifle, and I'll basically lay slumped over, half died. But as soon as the first guy comes up to me, like to check to see if I'm dead, I'm just gonna blast him.
Okay.
Yeah. If I had a grenade, that's what I'd use, but
Yeah,
kind of.
unfortunately. All right. So everybody made a stand of it at least.
Sadly, except me.
Well, to be fair, you did help. Sort of.
You took some of the heat.
Yeah, all right. Let me see. So right. Gotta do a thing. Hold on. Oh, right. That's where I put it. So, you see darkness. And you claw wildly and frantically until your hand breaches the surface. And we will find out what happens next in the next session of GURPS Old West campaign called The Debt.
I want a pet crow now.
There are no crows.
How
I
many
really,
times have we done this?
That's an interesting question you may have to ask.
I could really use some brains right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, also that. So here's how this is going to work. We've got 2 character points, as discussed. Unfortunately, you guys have spent maybe a minute or 2 in a fight and haven't really used extensive skills. So there's probably no justification for raising anything that you don't have in a template. So I think some of you actually did take templates. I don't think all of you did. Where did I put that? All right. However, hold that thought. So everybody's going to get 3 bennies for starters next time when we pick back up. And that's under normal circumstances, we would have started that way, but this was a special case. Does anybody want to vote for an MVP for the bonus Benny?
I don't know. Let's say not this time. Maybe next time.
Happy to give Ulysses a pity, Benny, for
Yeah.
getting
take
shot in the neck right at the
Well, that's
start.
fair. That was some good play. Not trying to overdo it. I'll give it that. Okay. Yuli gets the bonus.
Yay!
The pity Benny. I agree.
Okay. And let's see here. I wanted to inform you that even though this the outcome of this particular event was predetermined, your actions during the event will have future ramifications. So don't feel like it didn't matter. It will matter. So after this point, you guys are going to take the following trait, which I have just put in chat. That is an
What
obsession.
if I don't want it?
Everybody gets this at the campaign disad. However, unusually in this case, you guys will get the extra points for it. So essentially, you've got the obsession, and
Now I
that
have
is
5
going to
more
be
points.
that is going to be 5 extra points. Those are not to be used on skills necessarily. This is sort of representing. I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out. So you guys are going to be able to retool a little bit based on your experience. So, for example, Ulysses had PTSD about the war. He could change that over to be PTSD against this particular situation, or he could add some stuff. Now, the second part of this is I am going to disable the disad cap. So you can reorganize a little bit, and you can actually add some new disads if you want to. If you want to, for example, take on an advantage like luck or extra life or I don't know, Daredevil, something like that. However, I would like everybody to sort of telegraph what they're planning to do with that.
Yeah, I'd have to think.
You mean telegraph like right now?
I've had a
I
hard
like to
time
always.
getting everybody to communicate outside of the actual game, so now would be better.
Well, I'll do something that will make me more survivable. So something with defense or extra hit points or luck or something like that.
Can you give us some insight into the nature of our supernatural survival? Or supernatural condition?
You will have no additional conditions. Now, how you survive the situation is another matter, but you're not going to have any superpowers.
Well, what I mean is, are we dead, or are we temporarily alive?
If you're thinking about terminally ill, don't take that. Be reasonable.
No, I'm thinking about more in the lines of he wants to get home.
Oh, what, like a higher purpose or something?
Something like that, perhaps.
That's probably fine. And that's probably reasonable whether or not he's going to have temporary or permanent life afterward. All right. Well, if you guys need to think about that a little bit longer, I will allow that. But do communicate.
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. Since sadly I got shot so early, I really wasn't able to do anything during the fight. So,
That does make me a little sad.
well, because of that, I'm not really sure what I need.
Well, everybody needs luck. That's an easy one.
I already have luck.
Oh, right. Well, you could always get more luck. Yeah, in your case, higher purpose would be a perfectly reasonable one for everybody. And if you decided to take higher purpose revenge, that's going to affect a lot of elements.
Right. So, okay. So, say we do that, then we just pick up some other disads that are to counter it
Right.
out.
Uh-huh.
Going
Yeah, that's
forward,
kind of the thinking.
can we die, or are we like the crow and are not killable?
You do not know. You probably will not know. Yeah. Okay.
Because getting something like
Nosh, before you go, I got one thing that I need you to do is roll 5 enemy rolls in the box.
because if we can't die, getting something like unkillable is moot.
Yeah. Don't go supernatural.
All right, so not supernatural traits.
Not supernatural. Now, if you really wanted to push it and say you picked up some sort of psychic abilities as a result of a near-death experience, that's actually documented, for lack of a better term. I'm not going to suggest you go there, but if you wanted to go there, we can talk about it. But other than that, no supernatural. No. All normal. And we'll catch you next time, Nosh.
User disconnected
Well,
from your
I'm going to
channel.
let you get... actually, no, not yet. FX, I need you to do the same. Need 5 enemy rolls.
How do I do that? Just
You could just roll 3D if you don't have it set up for that and do it in the box.
right, because I don't have. Do I have enemies? I don't think I took them. Oh, I did take enemies.
Yeah, you did. Carl.
I did. That's right. 9 or less. Okay, 3 times. Let's see.
5.
5 times.
3 dice, 5 times.
So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Roger, got it. Okay, that is all the bookkeeping. So, again, communicate and don't leave me hanging. And with that,
Are we on for next week?
so not next week. FX is out, and we're going to need him for the next one. We need everybody for the next one. So we are going to skip next week. I don't know if Ronky was planning on doing track.
So when's next week? What date? That'll be the 5th for me. I should be good to do the next trek if you want.
Okay. So potentially Trek next week, and then we'll pick this up again the week after. All right. If you're watching this and you have questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and otherwise, thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Bye.
Good night.